Well, good afternoon. I have something on my mind, and I shouldn't be thinking about stuff like this, but I am. Because there's a couple of people who I kind of want karma on. There's this show on BET, and it's called Payback. Okay, so the show starts off, it's something like the other show that be on BET called Fatal Attraction. But this show called Payback is about people have done them wrong in the past, and then probably a year later they get their payback. Whether they do what they have to do to pay their person back their self or something else. Now, I don't want people out there thinking that I'm that type of person, but I'm just tired of people doing stuff to me and thinking that it's alright that they can just get away with doing stuff. Like, for instance, this dude that I used to, he was supposed to be my boyfriend, who lived in my apartment complex. And I'm not about to say his old sorry ass name. I'm just going to call him Dumbass. Dumbass and I met in my apartment complex. We sparked up a friendship. But soon, the friendship turned into something sort of like romantic or whatever you want to call it. But then this nigga, one day he broke in my house. One day he watched me and my daughter leave. I left to take my daughter to school. And the school was a couple of blocks from my apartment complex. I come back. Mind you, I saw him before I left, but I didn't really know that it was him. He had on all black with a goddamn black mask on. Now, I've told this before, and it was a story time. Okay, so now I come back to the house, and my door is wide open. And the brand new flat screen TV that my relatives that just bought me was gone. That was the only thing that was gone. And I remember that he was sitting on some steps that was just probably 5 doors from my apartment, looking at me and my sister bringing this TV in. So, I called the police that day. And the police came. And they was like, do you have any idea who it is? Now, I didn't really know who it was that broke in my house, but I suspected it was him. Because like I said, in the other story time, I kept hearing things. I kept hearing people, you know how the word gets around. I kept hearing people in the apartment complex saying that he was the one breaking in people's houses and stealing their shit. So, right after the police left my house, this motherfucker come and knock at my door. And he's like, you been looking for me? I'm like, no, I ain't been looking for you. Somebody broke in my house. He's like, I think it's that dude that you used to talk to because he used to come over and visit you before me and you left. I'm like, how you know it was him? And he gonna make up a story and tell me that this dude that I knew, which is the same dude who I got into it with, the dude had cursed me out because I didn't want to give him a hug. But even though the dude had cursed me out, even though me and that dude got into it, I've been knowing that dude ever since I was a kid. Ever since I was 14 in the projects. I know his entire family. And he didn't do that. But this dude who I was messing with that stayed in an apartment complex had told me that it was him. Just like I'm a dumbass enough to believe it. And so, mind you, while this motherfucker is telling me that it was him, it was that dude that broke in my house, tell me why the mask that I saw this person had on when I left to take my daughter to school, he had the motherfucking mask in his hand. He says to me, well, I'm about to leave. My sister need me to watch, to babysit for her. I'm like, okay, go do you. And then I said, Are you leaving your mask? Your hat. I didn't say mask. I said, you leaving your hat. And so he picked the motherfucker up so rough. And he gave me a look. Then he said, I'll be back later on. I said, no, I don't want you to come back because we may not be here. I might go stay with my grandma because I'm still traumatized about somebody breaking in my house and stealing my motherfucking TV. And he know it was him. He know good and fucking well that it was him that did that. And he had the motherfucking mask in his hand that he had on his face. It's like I acted as if I played dumb. Like, okay, you have a mask. But when he left my house, I started thinking. And then instead of him having on all black, he had on a jacket. He had on a white jacket, but he still had on all black. And he had the mask in his hand. And he's at my house telling me that he don't know who broke into my house, but he suspect that it's this same dude, the same dude that I knew from my old neighborhood in the projects. He's telling me that it's him when he know fucking well it was him. Like, this situation makes me so mad. But like I was saying, so the show on BET called Payback. I don't know how those people, the criminals, got their payback and then got away with it. Because I watch that show all the time. And some of those people who did their karma got their get back, got their payback against the person who did them dirty. They got away with it, and then the police was never able to find them. But I'm just saying, I don't feel like I deserved that a long time ago. And then another person, two other people who I want to get karma on. The lady who I worked for her at her daycare who never paid me. And this bitch go take $20 out of her motherfucking purse and told me that was all that was left out of my paycheck, because she says when my paycheck came, she took the check and she cashed it herself. And she paid for my CPR license and my first aid. And I'm like, lady, how you go cash my motherfucking check and pay for some shit I was supposed to do that? Then you trying to convince me that all I had left was motherfucking $20? Like, I still want to kill that woman to this day. I had made a story time about that also, not that long ago, back in August. So that's just 2 people. Now these other 2 people who I want revenge on, I'm not even gonna name them. But it's just, I'm just getting tired of people taking advantage of me because they think I'm soft or they think that I'm so nice. I'm really not that nice. And I'm anything but soft. I'm 5'2", very short. But don't get it twisted. Don't underestimate me because I'm short, and don't ever think that I won't do anything back if you do something to me. That's the point. I'm just fed up. And then I just came from the store out of that hot ass sun. I don't understand Houston weather. It was cold as fuck this morning. Go out there and now I feel like it's just hot as July. And that irritated me because I had on a motherfucking jacket. Walking down there, all the way down there to the store. I'm just mad. I'm mad and pissed off at some people. But that was all that I needed to vent about. That show on BET called Payback still comes on. I'm about to search for the show and go watch it now. Because I like the show. And I'm about to cook and try to enjoy the rest of my day. I'm tired. I'm hot. Irritated. I will have another video. I will come back with another video for y'all later on. But right now I need to go and cook. So I'll talk to y'all later.